It was around 1847, the year 1847. A local priest in Paris asked a 39-year-old French wine merchant, who was also an aspiring poet, and his name was Placide Cappeau. He asked Placide Cappeau to write a poem for a Christmas Mass. And the interesting part about this is that Cappeau was a self-avowed atheist. He was cynical about religion, wanted really nothing to do with it. He mistrusted just religious types in general, and clergy in particular. He wasn't exactly who you would expect to be commissioned for a Christmas poem, and was probably more comfortable selling his wine to the church for communion than writing poetry for Christmas Eve. But for whatever reason, he agreed, this Placide Cappeau. And after reading many of the scriptures that we have read tonight, over and over again, and he began to put himself into these situations of these stories, immerse himself in the experience of that first Christmas. He imagined what it must have been like to, for instance, receive that shocking news that a Savior was being born into the world, into their world. He wondered what it would feel like to have angels suddenly appear in his own life with the announcement that Christ is coming. And what would that mean? I mean, what do you do with that? What difference might it make in his own life that was shaped by cynicism and doubt? And all of that helped him arrive at what he believed was the essential message of Christ's birth. Christ's birth for everyone. So he dipped his quill in ink. I imagine he took a sip of Bordeaux from his own stock, and he began to write. And this is what he wrote. O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. And long lay the world in sin and error, pining, till he appeared. And the soul felt its worth. You know, I can't help but wonder if for Placide Cappeau those words carried something deeply personal, maybe even autobiographical. I wonder, for instance, if immersing himself in the Christmas story, he became aware, as we sometimes do, of his own life pining away. I wonder if he recognized his own sort of deep longing for grace, his own desire to be welcomed. Maybe his own need to know that God actually paid attention to him. thought of him, valued him, loved him, even him. The cynical, mistrusting, anti-religious, self-avowed atheists. I mean, did he experience his own holy night where Christ appeared? And I wonder if his own soul finally felt its worth. Maybe that's not just Capo's story. I find myself in that story too. Maybe you as well. Maybe some of us know what it is like to feel like the world is pining, your own life pining, longing for, something of grace, something of hope, something of mercy, something of, love that does not run out. Something that assures us that we matter more than we sometimes feel. Some sense of divine, cosmic, even sacred love. Amid the songs and smells and jingles and bells and evergreens and wishing you wells of this season, I think that's a big part of what I like to hold on to as to the meaning of Christmas, as to the meaning of why we're here tonight. The Christmas story is God's declaration of solidarity with all humanity. To you, to me, and to a world that lay in sin and error, pining, each of us in our own way, yearning for divine grace, a divine embrace. It is the ultimate promise, the greatest gift, that God is in fact with us and has never and will never give up on us. And I don't know about you, but I think that's something I need to be reminded of. Because sometimes I forget. I forget. So my prayer for you, for all of us tonight on this Christmas Eve, is this, if you would hear this. In the middle of the bustle, may peace find you. When all the demands on who you are and your time press in, may you be sustained by this gift that is already given. When, jolly words have a tendency to mask hidden loneliness, you know what I'm talking about? May you know unshakable love. And when you're surrounded by what feels like triteness, and you're worn down by what is expected, may you be captured by wonder, led by delight, and held by a divine, tender love. And may the grace that has been happening all along finally catch up to you, maybe even tonight. And in this moment, right now, more than anything, and more in the days to come, ultimately this: may Christ come to you, and may your soul feel its worth.